Spring is finally here. It's still early and the air is a bit cold, but things are starting to change. Some flowers are already blooming. You can see small signs of spring everywhere. Everything feels quiet and calm, like something new is just about to begin. Over the past months, I've been to many interesting places. I'll share some of them here.
Colors bloom beneath my hands, like sunshine on a gentle land. Every line, every shade is a dream I've softly made. Moments whisper, brushes glide, painting stories deep inside. Oh, the world feels wide and free when I paint what I can see. Colors of life dancing in the light. Every hue feels just right. Breathe it in, let it flow. We're alive, let it show. Drops of blue, a spark of gold. Every canvas new and bold. In my heart, the colors play, chasing all the gray away. Colors of life, shining bright and true. Every tone is born anew. Take a breath, let it go. We're alive, let it show. Oh. Da da da. Colors of life, shining bright and true. Every tone is born anew. Take a breath, let it go. We're alive, let it show. Colors bloom, and so do we.
I didn't make that much this month, but I thought I'd show you what I've been working on. I'll start with this oil painting. It's not finished yet. I keep catching myself wanting to make the forms more decorative. I really like that point where something sits between being an object and becoming abstract, when you can still recognize the forms, but the whole piece reads more like a pattern than a literal image. And color is a separate challenge for me. I'm trying to get to a palette where nothing feels out of place and everything works together as one. In this piece I also tried something new, a glazing medium for water mixable oil paints. because that's what I'm using at the moment. I used to paint with traditional oils, but at some point I realized that even small amounts of solvent stay in the house and can affect your health. Even the odorless ones are still toxic, and that made me rethink things. So I switched to water mixable oils. And to be honest, I'm not sure it was really necessary. I can't say there is a huge difference in how they feel to work with. For example, when I try to mix them with water on the palette, it never really becomes smooth. The oil and water still separate. You can paint with regular oils without using solvent at all. And just clean your brushes with water and washing up liquid. Especially for my technique, painting without liquids, without water, without solvent is perfectly fine. So I don't feel the difference between water mixable oils and traditional oils. Now I'll show you a few sketches. This one was done with an urban sketching group on the 1st of March on St. David's Day. We were drawing inside the church during the service, standing up, sitting down with everyone else, trying to sketch at the same time. This one was done just after that. We went outside, sat on the grass, and drew the first landscape we saw. There is also a small sketch from my pocket sketchbook. This one was done at a playground. I was just looking up at the trees and drawing. I also want to show you two works in a similar style. The larger one is not finished. I was in a very calm mood and just wanted to sit and work slowly with a small brush, focusing on details. I painted one piece from a photo, then started another one, but I didn't like the color harmony, and at some point I just lost the motivation to continue. Maybe I'll come back to it later. And the last one is quick oil study, flowers. It was done quite spontaneously in about half an hour or maybe an hour. It feels unfinished to me now, but I don't really know what to do with it yet. So I'll probably just leave it as it is for now. Sometimes we meet like this, for coffee, chats and a bit of sketching. It's called the Penarth Espresso Sketches Club, and it's completely free. We gather in cozy places around Penarth, the Vale and Cardiff. There is no pressure to draw at all. You are very welcome to just come along, have a chat and relax. If you'd like to join us, follow Espresso Sketches on Instagram. I'm going to prime a few sheets today, and later I'll show you how I use them with oil pastels. I'm mixing a little acrylic with a gesso to get the color I like. Then I just start brushing it onto the paper. Sometimes the paper is white, sometimes it's already colored. I'm using a stiff brush and making quite loose white strokes. I'm not trying to be neat here. I actually like when the texture stays visible. It feels more alive that way. One thing I always keep in mind, I try to make all four corners a little bit different. It could be the color, or one could be warmer, another could be cooler, or it just can be how thick the paint is, or even just the direction of the marks. It keeps the surface more interesting to look at. I especially love light green. It's such a quiet, versatile color. It works with almost anything, and adds a kind of depth without being too obvious. And when you put oil pastel on top, that green softly shows through. It gives everything a warm, almost glowing feel.
Colors bloom beneath my hands like sunshine on a gem.
And I also want to prime a couple of small areas in my sketchbook, just to try out some colors before moving on to a larger piece.
Every shade is a dream I've softly made. Moments whisper, brushes glide, painting stories deep inside. Oh, the world
Next time,
feels wide and
I'll show you how I use this with oil pastels.
when I